welcome back. I hope you've been able to see the first two videos in which we talked about the time in history when Jesus died on the cross and came back to life. This is the most significant event in all of history, but have you ever wondered why that actually happened? I have something here to help show you why. What letter do you think this looks like? If you're good at observation, you'll see that it's a big I. And the thing is, we all have a life. The string reminds us of our life. And we live our life, but the problem is that we have I in the middle of our life, and we live our life our way. Things our way. Now, some of these things, when we look at them a bit more closely, aren't very good. For example, we might just tell occasional little white lies, but they're still lies, and soon we get tangled in a net of telling bigger and bigger lies to try and cover up. Maybe sometimes we see someone has something that we want and we get all jealous. When I was little and I wanted something that my siblings had, my sister or my brother, my parents used to say that I had the green monster of jealousy sitting on my shoulder. Maybe we're greedy, and maybe we just want to live to make lots and lots of money and nothing else. And maybe that's a problem in our life, that we will treat people badly just so that we can get what we want. This brown one reminds me of the colour of mud. Maybe sometimes we use words that belong in the drain, words that are dirty. There's all sorts of things in our lives that aren't very good. Maybe we think, I haven't been so bad as to actually murder, like that's probably the worst one possible. But Jesus said that if we even hate someone, it's as bad as if we actually murder them in our hearts. Or maybe we've just got angry at someone with no good reason. Have you ever got angry at someone? I wonder what this blue one means. Perhaps this blue one is that we think, I've never done any of those things. I'm so good. I'm not like all those other people. But that is a problem called pride, when we think we're better than anyone else. And you see, all these things are sins, and they tie us up. Let me hold it tight. They tie us up. And they cause our life to have all sorts of problems. And there's nothing that we can do to get out of it ourselves. In fact, we're so trapped in it that it leads to death, because God warned that the wages of sin is death. But did you know what? That's just bad news so far, and I'm here to tell you some good news. Now, I asked you in the last video to look up Isaiah chapter 53 verses 3 to 6 to find out why Jesus died on the cross for us. Let's have a look at what it says. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. So you see, the reason that Jesus died on the cross was for our sins, because we deserved death, but he took that death for us. And what happens, because he was perfect, he is the Son of God, he died, but 3 days later he rose again, and he made a way that if we trust in him, we can have our sins forgiven. Pull tight. Sorry. We can have our sins forgiven, and we can have a new start at life with Jesus. Thank you for watching this video. There's just one more to go, but before you watch it, how about you stand up, spin around, and tell Jesus thank you for what you've heard so far. Thank you. Thank you, guys.